The 2023 referendum. Are you ready to vote? We acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of country throughout Australia and acknowledge their continuing connection to the land, waters and community. We pay our respects to the people, the cultures and the elders past and present. During 2023, Australians will be asked to vote on whether or not to insert a new section, Section 129, into the Constitution. Voting in the referendum is compulsory for all citizens. In preparation for the 2023 referendum, let us answer some key questions. Firstly, what is the Constitution and how is it amended? The Constitution is a written agreement. It details the powers and responsibilities of the Australian system of government. The authority of the Constitution is derived from the sovereign people of Australia and is enforced by the courts. It is entrenched. Any proposal to amend the Constitution must be approved via a referendum. The Constitution is an aging document. In order to meet changing conditions and new contexts, there is a need for constitutional flexibility. The question that will be asked of the Australian people as part of the referendum is as follows. A proposed law to alter the Constitution to recognise the First Peoples of Australia by establishing an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice. Do you approve this proposed alteration? If the referendum is successful and the amendment is approved, the Constitution will be amended to include a new chapter, Chapter 9, Recognition of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Peoples, which will include Section 129, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Voice. In recognition of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples as the First Peoples of Australia, a body shall be created, called the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Voice. This body may make representations to the Parliament and the Executive Government of the Commonwealth on matters relating to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. The Parliament shall have the power to make laws with respect to matters relating to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice, including its composition, functions, powers, and procedures. What is the purpose of the referendum? The Constitution is silent regarding the First Peoples of Australia. This is despite the First Peoples of Australia's societies having existed on the Australian continent for an estimated 60,000 years. The debate surrounding constitutional recognition of the First Peoples of Australia has been ongoing for over a decade. The purpose of the referendum is to amend the Constitution to recognise the First Peoples of Australia and create the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice, forming a new basis for the relationship with the First Peoples of Australia into the future. For many years, issues of policy development and implementation have compounded the complex relationship with the First Peoples of Australia. The creation of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice will allow the First Peoples of Australia a greater say on matters that affect them. What else would change? If the referendum is successful, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice will be entrenched as part of the Constitution. Parliament and the Executive will be obliged to consult with the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice on matters that overwhelmingly relate to the First Peoples of Australia. With that said, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice will not fetter or impede the exercise of existing powers of Parliament or the Executive. The Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice will be able to table formal advice in Parliament, and a parliamentary committee would consider that advice. However, it won't have the power to compel the enactment of law or policy. Thank you for your time. For further information regarding the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice, see our YouTube video titled Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Voice, What is it all about? You can also attempt our quiz to test your knowledge of the 2023 referendum and the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice by clicking here.